What's up, everybody? It's the Cris and
Maul.
podcast, episode 11. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. We got a lot to get into. What's
Mhm.
going on, Ma? How you feeling?
Man, I feel good, man. Besides this weak ass hurricane that we supposedly were gonna have, this is the weakest shit I've ever seen in the history or whatever of all storms, man. Shit was trash. I was expecting more. You know what I mean?
I'm actually not surprised.
I'm not. I was looking forward to it a little bit in a weird way, but I was
I
like, man, I was like, yo, let's see how Vegas can handle a little hurricane, dog.
know,
Man, I think we barely got 10 inches of rain, dog.
not
This is
happy.
crazy. Nah,
Not
yeah.
happy.
But besides that, man, everything's all good. Hopefully, this sounds better. Hopefully, it doesn't sound like I'm back in like 1955 and shit. I'm back
No,
in
you.
2023.
It definitely sounds better.
Yeah. What about you, man? How's everything?
It's cool, straight, chilling.
Yeah, that's
Huh?
cool. That's cool.
Let's get into these topics, man.
Let's go. Let's go.
Alycia Baumgardner
Mm, 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 mm.
said that her testing was dirty. Her sample A testing was dirty. Now, I don't, memory serves me correct. I don't know if this was after the fact or before the fight, but there have been reports out there that she had a dirty testing before her fight with the last chick that she fought.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, she's denied all of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm even hearing some conspiracy theory, controversy thoughts of she wasn't going to re-sign with Eddie Hearns.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Hearns put this report out there.
Mm-hmm.
I even heard a report that she was going to sign with Logan Paul or Jake Paul, one of the two. So she denies that too.
Mm-hmm.
But what are your thoughts on her coming up with a dirty test?
Man, I don't believe it, dog. I think I would rock with my girl, bro. You know what I mean? I think there was like a little mishap, man. My girl, I'm gonna rock with her, bro. You know what I mean? When I first saw it, I was like, damn, they didn't got my girl, man. But overall, man, like, I didn't know about any of the I guess the rumors you were kind of saying. I guess the Jake Paul thing kind of makes sense. You know what I mean? She was doing like the broadcasting thing for his boxing and all that stuff. You know, I know you did say she did come out and deny all that. My whole thing is, man, is like, there have been other boxers that have got caught. You know what I mean? If this is true, but they never took their belts away. They never did anything. They never stopped promoting them. They never stopped backing them. We can name them names, but I ain't gonna say all their names. I'm sure maybe you will, but overall, man, as long as they don't do her dirty in some type of way like that, like, hey, it is what it is. She's too big of a name right now. I think for women's boxing right now, she's one of the few names that I think garner interest as far as like, maybe sales, as far as like pay-per-view, and or at least just the interest in watching women's boxing. She's definitely one of the few names that I think are just relevant. So I just think it's just kind of pointless. Like, she did it. All right, cool. Do a little sanction, whatever, fine her. If you got to suspend her for, 6 months or whatever, do it, I guess. You know what I mean? But overall, like, I think she's gonna come back. I think she's still gonna dominate. I just think, that's kind of like honestly my only opinion about that, honestly. Be honest.
Keep that same energy, boxing world. I ain't had none of this pitchfork and torches coming at the Canelo.
No. Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury.
No.
So
Mm-mm.
keep that same energy with Alycia Baumgardner. If this is all true,
Yeah.
and look, I'm always in the camp of this, especially with boxers.
Right.
When boxers are going through training and all that stuff, and there, people that are giving them supplements and stuff to keep them
Mm-hmm.
going or whatever. Personally, I don't think half of them people know what they taking. They trust in the people, the professional that they're trusting in to give them those supplements, and they take it.
Yeah.
And now it could be the professional giving them some stuff that they shouldn't be giving them,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm always in the camp of you just never know. And that's his needles and stuff involved, and she getting shot up and all that stuff. Like, real HGH and steroids and stuff. If it's just like some supplements she took,
Yeah.
it may have a trace of whatever, that's banned. It might have came up. That might have happened.
Yeah, for sure. Like maybe the food that you ate, whatever it is. Like, and then on top of that, man, you got these fighters, with injuries and all that type of
Mhm.
stuff. The pressures of making weight, making the fight. It's so many underlying things to it. So it's just like with fighters and stuff like that. I get it, man. You don't want them taking like steroids, horse pills, all that type of shit, man. It's just like you want it to be a fair, even fight, but
Right.
they got all these. I said, all those boxers and MMA fighters and stuff like that, man. As you said, man, like you got all those people around you to double check all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I put more blame on the camp than I do the fighter per se. Their main focus is to get ready for the fight. Their main focus is to make sure they make that weight. You know what I mean? So the camp is the responsibility of making sure, hey, make sure this is the right stuff that we give this person. This is to make sure this is the right food we give them, all that type of stuff, man. So, it's a trickle down effect, but overall, I don't think it really should be that big of a deal, to me personally. So it's not like I think she would have lost the fight if the test was before or whatever. So, like I said, I don't think, as you said, no pitchforks, no nothing like that. It is what it is, and let's just move forward with it.
Right. I totally agree. All right, man. Let's talk about a little James Harden.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this clip real quick, and then we'll get into it.
Okay.
Erbo Mori is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of again. Thank you, man.
That was James Harden in China. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if he was doing like some type of event or whatever, and somebody asked him a question about him staying with the Sixers,
Yeah.
and he probably gave him that answer like, "I'll never, be a part of an organization with Daryl Morey." Now he was with Daryl Morey with Houston, right?
That's correct. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you're more of the basketball expert than I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the outside looking in, so I'm gonna defer to you on this one. What are your thoughts on James Harden saying this about Daryl Morey?
I think it's wild, honestly, to me. James Harden and Darren Moore, man, they were pretty much at the hip, man. Ever since the Houston Rocket regime, what I mean, he's the main reason why he's in Philadelphia right now, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing with James Harden is like, you want to call him a liar or whatever, that's fine. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there was like some little handshake agreement because he did take less money this past year, so they can get some more pieces to help that team become more of a championship ready team. You got Joel Embiid, who had an MVP year and all that type of stuff. But I think James Harden is just kind of doing himself a disservice at this point. You are the one, you did sign that contract extension for your final year for this year coming up. You couldn't have signed it if you didn't want to. But he knew all along like he wasn't gonna get that type of money this offseason. You know what I mean? I think he's getting somewhere in the likes of like 35, 36 million this upcoming year. So I just think he's just playing himself as far as in the fact of like he didn't play the field right. You know what I mean? I think the only way because obviously he wants the money. The main thing, James Harden wants that bread. He was expecting to get the money because he was expecting to get the money when he was going to Houston. So my whole thing is why is Daryl Morey lying when you had all these reports saying that you were going to Houston ever since last Christmas? You know what I mean? So if I'm the Philadelphia Sixers, it's like, why am I going to give you the bread when you already got one foot out the door? You know what I mean? So, and then lo and behold, you kept hearing it All-Star Weekend as then you started hearing in the off season as it got closer to free agency and all that. But then the moment they hired Ime Udoka, I believe when Ime Udoka got hired, he didn't want James Harden. They went the Fred VanVleet route, which I think was the more legitimate route. Fred VanVleet, he's younger. Yeah, he does have, I think, like he did have like some knee problems, last year. But overall, he's just the more, I think, consistent player. And as far as like in the playoffs, and I think he'll just be a better fit for that younger team. You know what I mean? James Harden, I think he should play. I think he should just go back to Philadelphia, play, have a great year. That's the only way you're gonna get bread, because at this point you're pretty much close to being out the league right now. No one wants to trade for you. Clippers didn't want to trade. They didn't want to trade Terrence Mann for you. You know what I mean? Give me a team that would want to trade James Harden right now. I'm sure there will be teams that will want James Harden for the right price, but they don't want you. If they want you, they'll trade anything for you. You know what I mean? So I just think the market right now is bad for him. Just go play, bro. Honestly, I think at the point, I think Philadelphia could be a potential top 2, number 1 seed. You know what I mean? With the likes of the Celtics, they traded away Marcus Smart. You got Kristaps Porzingis, which he's already having foot problems right now. You don't know how that's going to go. You never seen Kristaps Porzingis play in the playoffs. Marcus Smart was the leader of that team. At this point, I don't think the Damian Lillard trade is happening with the Miami Heat at this point, at least anytime soon. And they don't have anything to offer besides the Tyler Hero thing and maybe a couple bad contracts. So, and then they lost a couple of their key players. So then you got Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, they still got the core of their team, but now they got a rookie head coach. So you don't know how that's going to go. So they have the potentials to really be a top seed. This might be his best chance to win a championship, to at least make the finals. You know what I mean? So, and he needs to get over that hump. He's had a lot of bad playoff. Like, he's had some good games, but he's had some memorable bad games where it was just like he just totally disappeared. And he had 2 of them last year. So he hasn't helped himself. He needs to just kind of just suck it up, man. Just go back to Philly, man. That's how I feel.
It's over for James Harden. You know, he's not winning no championships. You know?
Well, I said I think this is the best chance, but I'm hearing rumors that he might play in China. You know what I mean? If he really wants the money, go play in China. They'll pay you $50 million. Go to Dubai. Like they're trying to give Mbappe damn near $1 billion to play. Do that. If you really want the bread, just do some stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? But don't sit here and say, Daryl Morey is a liar and all this stuff when the rumors was already out that you were already going to the Rockets. So what did he lie about? Obviously, it wasn't the bread, because if he was going to get the money, those rumors never would have showed. You know what I mean? I'm assuming it's because he didn't trade you when you wanted to be traded, which it don't work like that, bro. You know what I mean? So I think he's also doing the disservice to players in the future too. You know what I mean? Some of these players that got to think like what they're doing now is also kind of hurting the players in the future now who want to potentially do this. You know what I'm saying? So can put like, some stipulations in contracts that can, further hurt these players making the money that they deserve and all type of things, man. So I don't know what James Harden's doing right now, but he's not really helping this case.
He's being James Harden. He's a whining crybaby, and he never shows up in the playoffs. And he does all this whining. Show up in the playoffs, man.
Nah, for real. Show up. Do something, bro. Like, play. The moment shit get hard, bro, homie want to leave and shit. You did that with
all the time.
You put on the fat suit. You go to Brooklyn. The shit didn't work out. You dipped on that. You go to Philly. And then before the season even started, you started hearing rumors of you leaving to go back to Houston, which you wanted to originally leave because of all that shit going on. So, like, what is it? If you really just want the bread, bro, play overseas. They'll pay you whatever.
And this is why I don't watch basketball no more. This is why.
I still love basketball.
Because these dudes is no disrespect. Respectfully. Some of these superstars are little girls, man. They act like little girls, man.
Yeah, but that's the far and few between. I think you got the likes of like James Harden, the Ben Simmons and stuff like that, who may put a bad mark on the name. But James Harden, don't get me wrong, James Harden is a talented basketball player. He is. But I just think he's not, either him or his team is not making the smartest decisions for him. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if he needs better representation or what, but he's not doing himself a service. If he wants to get paid, he's making it harder for him to get paid. He's making it more easier for him to be out the league in the next 1 to 2 years. You are 34 years old, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, who's going to pay you $100+ million right now?
Before this season, it was already looking grim for him. It's looking like he was about to be on the way out.
Right. You done walked away. He done walked away. I think he walked away from $100+ million from Brooklyn. I think he walked away from $100+ million from the Houston Rockets. You go to Philly, you signed your player option. You signed your player option to come back this year. Then you want to ask to get traded. Now you want to be mad because they don't trade you because As a team, I want the right pieces. I have the potential to be a championship team with you. If I'm going to trade you, I need pieces to still maintain my championship level. If not, I have a superstar who's already on the brink of literally asking for me to leave. So now if you get Joel Embiid to be like, yo, I'm out of here with all the dysfunction that they have from the James Hardens, from the Ben Simmons, from the head coach, all that stuff. You know what I mean? This whole process has been asked. The only thing promising has been Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? So, like, as an organization, I got to do everything in my power to keep Joel Embiid happy. So if Joel wants me to keep you, brother, I'm going to keep you. If you don't want to play, fine. You know what I mean? Because there is a stipulation where if he doesn't want to show up to training camp the first 30 days, then you're not eligible to be a free agent next year. So then now you're stuck again. You're stuck again. So where you going?
Yeah.
Play, bro. Play. Try to win a chip. Try to show that you can play in the playoffs. If you can do that, make a deep run. You don't even have to win the finals. But if you showed you play and you can play at a decent level in the playoffs, I guarantee you he'll get paid. I think he'll get some money next year. But
James Harden, you're a talented brother. You are. But you're not Steph Curry. You're not Kyrie. Hell, you're not even Dame Lillard.
Well, as far as talent-wise?
No, just prestige. He's not.
Oh, prestige? Oh, well, James Harden, he was elite when he was young.
At one time in Houston, yes, he was.
But
now,
Kyrie,
I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, but I think in a sense, like, I love Kyrie. I think Kyrie's one of the most talented basketball players to ever play the game. But even right now, I just think, is he a winning basketball player right now? You know Kyrie? What I mean? Yeah, is Kyrie a winning basketball player right now?
No, he's not a win. Not only because of his selective, I want to play, don't want to play attitude. That's the only reason. As far as a player, if you put people around him, I think he can be a winner.
100%. Yeah,
I do think he can be a winner. Do I think he can do it by himself? No, I don't. But what player can? Like, let's be real. Like, let's stop acting like players can just do it by themselves. They need a supporting cast. They need another guy. Jordan needed another guy. Let's not do this.
No, everybody needs people, but I'm just saying, once you put him on a team, like if you put LeBron James on, like, let's say the Orlando Magic, I think they'll be a playoff team. You know what I mean? If you put Giannis Antetokounmpo on the San Antonio Spurs, I think they'll be a legitimate title contender team.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
With Wembanyama,
yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just like, yeah, you're totally right. I think every player needs pieces around them to make them championship eligible. I'm just saying the impact, like that individual player, the impact that they have. Yeah. Like Kyrie Irving went to before LeBron James. Kyrie Irving wasn't winning in Cleveland. You know what I mean? Talented brother.
He was basically LeBron before.
Right, yeah, before
LeBron went to Miami.
Right.
He was LeBron. That's what he was.
He was kind of like the replacement when Bron was leaving, in a sense. You know what I mean? So then you had Kyrie go to Boston. Mm-hmm. What kind of impact did he have there?
They hated him. The players I'm talking about.
Then he went to Brooklyn. They had a great year. They had a great year. If Kevin Durant wore a smaller inch shoe, they probably would have made the finals, and who knows, they might have won the chip, you know what I mean? But he had KD with him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now Kyrie Irving got traded, went to Dallas. What happened with Dallas the moment he got traded? They were in the playoffs, and the moment he got there, they left. You know what I mean? So it's just like James Harden to me is like on that same level where it's just like, what kind of impact does James Harden really have the moment he gets on your team? Is he a positive impact or is he a negative impact? I'm not talking about the skill. I'm not talking about him as a player as a whole. I'm just talking about the impact you make on a team. Do you make a positive impact or a negative impact? And so many players have negative impacts on their team. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a negative impact that Marcus Smart is not going to be on the Celtics. I don't think they're going to be the same team to me. You know what I mean? That's just me, you know, but I said, I'm not shitting on these players as far as talent wise and what they can be. But overall, I'm just like, yo, James, if you want to get paid, you gotta play, brother. You gotta play. You gotta be better. You gotta be defensively better if you can be. You know what I mean? I know that's a lot to ask, but you got to. You got to show up in the playoffs. Like Kyrie is at least showing up in the playoffs. I can't really say anything about Kyrie. Kyrie's showing up in the playoffs. James has not.
Exactly. That's my point. That was my point. That most of those players have showed up one time in the playoffs. Even though Dame Lillard didn't win the chip. He showed up. He showed up in that series against who was it? With Russell Westbrook and all them. He
Oh yeah,
showed
yeah.
up.
The Thunder with Paul George and all them. Yeah, yeah.
He showed up against the Clippers. He did. He showed
He did.
up.
No. Yeah, yeah. If I can get Kyrie in a playoff series, I trust Kyrie. If I can get Damian Lillard in the playoff series, I'll trust Damian Lillard. You put James Harden in the playoff series? Do you trust James Harden?
No. He gets
No.
small. He gets
Ben
small,
Simmons.
man.
You trust Ben Simmons in the playoff series?
I don't trust him in the regular season. What makes you think I trust him in the playoffs?
No, I feel you, but I'm just saying, yeah. But I say we both kind of agree. I'm just kind of going on a little tangent, but you know what I mean. I just sometimes, man, it just be mind boggling what some of these players are doing. I get it, you want to get the bread, but sometimes, man, you gotta look in the mirror. Sometimes, man.
Yeah, for sure. Let's switch up gears, man. Let's talk a little bit of music business.
Okay.
Ebro Darden says that, let me pull it up. He says that labels are prioritizing signing Latin and Afrobeat artists over rappers.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, I'm not surprised if this is true.
Mm-hmm. Why? Why are you not surprised?
Because Afrobeat and Latin music is big business right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You got rappers who are listing some of these Afrobeat dudes on their tracks, trying to catch a hit, trying to get, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get taken over, crossover to that other side. You know what I'm saying? That Latin and an Afro, you can say what you want. You know what I'm saying? Do I go to, when I was outside, was I going to the Latin clubs and all that stuff? No, I wasn't. Was I going to the reggae clubs? No. But
they're live though.
But when I know they are. I've been there I've been to a few, but I'm saying on a consistent basis.
Yeah, for sure. I know what you mean. Yeah.
But when the DJ switch on that type of music, the ladies is on the floor. And that's what music companies want. They want the masses. They want women are what the labels are gonna play. Yeah. The women dictate what's going to be on the radio because they want women inside the clubs. They want more women in there. They don't want a bunch of dudes in the club. Because they know if women are in there, the dudes are going to come and they're going to buy the drinks.
Yeah.
And they're going to keep it flowing. That's what they want.
Yeah.
And labels know that Afrobeat and Latin music is big money. And right now, rap business is not the best business to be in right now. A lot of y'all out here dying.
Yeah.
No disrespect. Respectfully.
Yeah.
But y'all doing this drill music, sliding on the ops right now, and it's not looking good for y'all. A lot of y'all, predominantly a lot of y'all, who's doing this drill music. It's not good. So, and I'm not saying all y'all doing it, but the ones that are doing it, the popular ones that are doing it, it's not big business right now. I mean, I know labels profit off of beef. They've been profiting off of beef for years, since we was younger, and some of the rappers we grew up on, they profited off of that stuff. But still, right now, it's not big business.
Yeah.
And we even talked about it in the past episode with shows, ticket sales, people canceling because people ain't selling out arenas no more. Rappers ain't selling out arenas. You know who is? What's the Latin dude?
Oh, Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. He's selling out arenas.
He ain't selling out arenas. He's selling out NFL stadiums.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
2-3 times.
But
you know what I mean?
But more artists like him are going to sell out arenas rather than some, rapper A, B, and C over here.
Right.
The best the rapper A, B, and C can do may be the T-Mobile Arena. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or 9 times out of 10 they selling out House of Blues. That's what that's probably a lot of them. The best they can do.
Yeah.
Is House of Blues. And I mean that's not a small feat. Don't take this as me.
House of Blues is about like 2,000, about 2,000, yeah.
Which is not bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like
it's not 50, 60,
70. Because rap is not, as much as popular as the music is, and everybody puts hip hop and stuff in their music, even country artists are putting some type of hip hop stuff in their music. It's not big business. It's just not. So I see where Ebro's going with this.
Nah, like at the end of the day, a artist is an investment for any kind of record label. You know what I mean? You gotta look at an investment. You know what I mean? And you kind of touched a little bit about it, where how like a lot of these, a lot of the really good young up and coming artists that were coming up are dead. You know, the Mac Millers, the XX Tentacions, the PNB Rocks.
Boom.
I could go on and on. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, so you gotta look at it as like, all right, all these young artists in hip hop are dying off of dumb shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, right then and there, bad investment. Number two, I just think the way hip hop is right now and the way it's portrayed, I think I even told you in a sense, like a lot of these artists to me just sound very similar as far as with the style, the cadence, the just kind of like the whole messaging in the lyrics and stuff like that. I don't think that is as profitable because I don't think a lot of people can relate to that in a lot of homes. You know what I mean? When you listen to a Burner Boy, when you listen to a Wiz Kid, when you listen to a Tim's, I just think in a sense it's more happy music. You know what I mean? People want to be happy nowadays. People want to be hearing about you shooting some nigga at a 7-Eleven or whatever type of shit, man. Like I think all of us have a little bit of a sense, like, yeah, we want to hear some of that music, you know what I mean? Because we can fuck with it a little bit. But for most part, I don't want to hear that shit all the time, you know what I mean? For the most part, I ain't gonna lie. When I work out, I listen to R&B music a lot. You know what I mean? Because it soothes me, it calms me down, man. When I'm in my car, I listen to a lot of R&B, a lot of old school. I listen to a lot of West African music, South African music and stuff like that. Like I'm not the biggest Latin music person because obviously, like I would like to understand the lyrics that are being said. But I've heard Bad Bunny music. Bad Bunny music is popping. I've heard some Karol G shit and all that. Like you got girls like Karol G selling out like big football arenas. You know what I mean? So and I think global music is being more accepted. I think all around the world in a sense, because you now starting to see the talent that a lot of these people from other regions have, and it's cool to hear something new. I think with hip hop, back in the day, you heard something new. Tupac didn't sound like Cube. Cube didn't sound like Snoop. Dre didn't sound like Biggie. Biggie didn't sound like Jay. Jay didn't sound like Nas. Nas didn't sound like Outkast, and so on and so on. Like Lil Durk to me sounds like Lil Baby. Lil Baby a little bit sounds like ESTG. King Von, NBA YoungBoy, and those are the bigger artists in the hip hop game right now. I'm not even going to include J. Cole, Drake, Travis Scott because I think they're on another tier. Kanye West,
and they come from they grew up coming from the music that we grew up.
Absolutely, like so Drake. Some of the music that Drake has put out, like, we may not fuck with it, but at the end of the day, it's just like at least he's trying to put out a different sound. He's not trying to. You have to stand out, especially in the era where everybody's such in a microwave society where they want shit quick. Like, if I don't fuck with it, I don't fuck with it. I'm just gonna move on to the next shit hella quick. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers don't have time to be, listening to every single body, like. Unless if you really, really love music, you know what I mean, and take your time to do that. Most people don't do that shit, you know what I mean? Like Travis Scott, even with his new album, he tried a little some new shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, it may sound like old, like black skinhead type shit, but I think it was a good vibe though. I fuck with the Travis Scott. J. Cole, same thing. Kanye West, he changes his sound. He's revolutionary with his sound. He changes his shit all the time. Even Jay now with a little bit, but yeah, man, I just think. You hit the nail on the part. I just don't think it's a profitable market right now with rap. I don't think rappers are profitable right now in the sense of like you're not what kind of money am I making off of? All right, I can get you to make this little strip club joint. It might pop off a little bit. Cool. I know you're gonna make this little club joint. I know you can make some music for the streets. All right, cool. But can you make it for the families? Can you make it for a vibe where you can play it out like a little picnic or some shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like can somebody's mama fuck with an NBA YoungBoy? Do you think your mama will fuck with NBA YoungBoy or a Burner Boy?
Burner Boy. Well, neither one, but Burner Boy.
Burner Boy, yeah.
But what rap is big business right now? Female rap. That's what's big business right now. It's female rap.
But I think even female rap is the same thing though, because I think female raps talk about the same shit. They talk about their pussy want to be open, they twerking, they taking money from a guy, niggas ain't shit, blah blah blah. To me, it's the same shit. What is the difference from what Megan Thee Stallion rap about from
City Girls.
Cardi B, City Girls, you know what I mean? I could go on and on. Even the new ones. Like, what is Ice Spice rapping about? What is she doing anything new? You know what I mean? She ain't saying shit new. They doing the same shit. The only reason why they profitable is because fucking sex sells.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Sex sells. So it's like, all right, look, we can get them to do the little, like, we'll do the little ratchet female song, all that type of shit, boom, boom, boom. But shit, we can get them in these like fashion shows. We can get them on the little beauty pages and all that type of shit. Because you know they're beautiful women and all that type of shit. You can market them. Can you market an NBA young boy? Can you market Lil Baby?
You can,
but his music has dropped. His music ain't name the last good project Lil Baby's done the last 2 years.
Been a minute.
Lil Durk.
And that's another thing. A lot of these dudes ain't making good music right now. Like they slumping. They slumping right now.
Like, come on, man. Like, we even talked about music has low-key dipped as far as like just in hip-hop range. It's
been the worst year in hip-hop this year.
I think so. I don't think nothing has been like I like some projects. I really do like some projects. Yeah. Like I said, I like the Reason project just came out. I love Travis's album. I love a couple Larry June shits. You know what I mean? But as far as like the main artists, I haven't heard shit. You know what I mean? I like the Drake album, Lil Drake 21, but you feeling different about the shit. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, yeah, we're just at this weird place where hip hop is just not saying hip hop is dying, but it's not first. It's not first. It's not trending. It's not something where it's just like, yo, I could take this and flip it into something else. You know what I mean? Like our rap was always transformative, where you could transform it into something else. You could take it into another genre and all this type of shit. Like you can hear the sounds in the Latin music, like hip hop's still there. You can hear the hip hop in West African music. You can hear the hip hop in that. You can hear the hip hop in the Latin reggae shit. You hear all that shit. Like rap will always be there. Hip hop will always be there. But the artists that we have right now aren't doing any favors to the service and to the business. And then some of these rap labels are just looking at it like, yo, I'm making a bigger bag over here, so I'm going to look more into that than I will trying to find hip hop artists at this point in time. Like the Bad Bunnies is making these record labels bread.
Money.
Bread.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, she's making bread. Bread. You know what I mean? So I'm like, how many artists can you really name that can sell out football stadiums?
Only a few.
Drake,
Beyonce, Jay-Z.
Kanye
still think Eminem can. You don't think so?
I just don't think Eminem has just been. I don't think Eminem been prominent enough. Like I don't think he can sell out a tour. Now, if he want to go do some shit at Detroit Ford Field type shit, yeah, I think he can sell out that shit. But I don't think he'll sell out Vegas. I don't think he'll sell out Allegiant Stadium. I don't think he'll sell out Allegiant Stadium.
I do.
I don't.
Personally, I do.
Oh, that's you. I don't. I think Travis Scott could. I think I think Drake could. I think J. Cole could. I think Kanye still can. I think, in a sense, well, obviously Beyonce, she's doing it right now. She's selling out.
Of course.
Jay-Z, I think he could, in a sense of like, you know, he's still prominent there. Like he still pulls out music every now and then. So he's still relevant in a sense. He still has his aura about him where I think people will go watch a Jay-Z football stadium tour. But that's about it. You know what I mean? And then, but look at that. All of those are older artists.
Yeah.
The newer, younger artists that are selling out tours are the Bad Bunnies, the Karol G's, the Taylor Swifts. They're going to be around here for a while.
I've always said this. I've always had this rule when it comes to musical artists. The more gimmicky type rappers who have like a gimmick, like, you know, they sound as gimmicky or whatever. Yeah. It's kind of, you know, I don't want to call it bubblegumish, but, you know, they don't last long. They just don't, because you know why? And J. Cole said it in one of his songs. The audience grows up.
They do.
Some kids that was listening to you, Soulja Boy, and all them dudes, kids grew up. And they don't want to hear this no more. I'm grown now. I got bills. I got a family now. Like, this stuff don't appease to me now. I want to hear something now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's the problem. It's like that audience that grew up on their fan base grew up, and they don't want to hear that no more.
No one wants to hear. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Like Jay-Z, the older artists that we named, they still got, you know, time-lasting music. You know what I'm saying? Like music that'll last forever. You know what I'm
that you
saying?
always want to go back to and be like, yo, I could still listen to this shit.
Yeah,
I
and
can
it
still go
still
back
hit home.
and it still hit home. Like a lot of these artists are trying to do too much TikTok viral songs and shit. You know what I mean? It's just like, bro, give me a break, man. I want to hear something new. I want to hear something fresh. You know what I mean? And the new fresh shit to me has been the African music and all that. And like, you know, I got a homegirl at work, man. She love her some Bad Bunny. She rap that loud music, and that's what's up. You know what I mean? So, and like, bro, I'll be hearing some shit. Like, I wasn't really a Bad Bunny fan, but there are a couple songs where I'm like, that shit slaps. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't personally go look for the shit, but you know what I mean? But that's just me. But overall, I think hip hop just needs to look in the mirror at this point. Like, a lot of these artists need to look in the mirror at this point and just really, really start trying to put out really great effort into songs. Stop just trying to dump songs on people every fucking month. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to give me an album like every 2 months, bro, and it's mediocre work, I'm just gonna drown you out. I'm gonna try to listen to your shit because I already know the type of product I'm gonna get. You know what I mean? I think that's another thing where it's just like some of these artists are trying to oversaturate the market with shit. Then it's like you got some albums that'll be like 18, 20 songs long. It's like, bro, why trying to listen to this shit 20 songs deep? You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know, I think Ebro hit the nail on the coffin. Like, well, all right, let me ask you this real quick before we get off topic. Where do you see this going in the next like 5 to 10 years? You have any predictions like with this? Because you do music, you know what I mean? I know you be doing the hip rap thing, man. So I know your nose and ears into it more. So I want to get your opinion on that. What you see?
Honestly, I don't. It's music. Period is at a weird place because with streaming and now with the AI stuff and like. I don't know where music is gonna go. I don't like I said, unless you like hip hop, and we just speaking on hip hop music, it might go to a bad place, bro. Especially financially, unless you're like the Drakes or you're making different, like you're making time lasting music. Those like no disrespect, but to the little babies and those type of artists, like they ain't gonna have longevity, man. Like.
So let me ask you, when do you think we see our first ever AI artist pop off? Because you know that's happening. You know they already AI artists.
But they already tried it.
Well, they did with one of those, right? But I'm talking about like where they really pop off. Like
no, but I'm saying they created like a dude, like he's white, but he looked like 6ix9ine,
okay,
a little bit. But they had created one, but they shut it down because he was saying nigga.
but he was popping off though, wasn't he?
Yeah, like they liked him. People liked him. Oh, he got some stuff. Yeah. But he was saying nigga too much, so they was like, nah, we ain't feeling it. So they had to shut him down. So they already tried it. So don't be surprised if it's coming soon. They tried.
It is coming. I think it's coming soon. Yeah.
They trying to work it in there. They trying to, but they trying to get rid of people because why? Because people complain about their contracts. You got to give money to people. You ain't got to give money to AI.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is pay a producer, make these beats for this AI artist.
I think with AI, I think AI will cut out a lot of like. I think AI won't hurt the talents of like a Drake, like a new Drake or a new Taylor Swift or a new Bad Bunny. I don't think it will hurt those type of people. I think it will hurt the cats of like NBA young boys, little babies, like that below tier of superstardom type of talents. You know what I mean? The middle class. I think AI is pretty much the damaging force of middle class to me. You know what I mean? So I think in all avenues, work, business, sports, all that. You know what I mean? I think it takes out the middleman. You know what I mean? So I could see some stuff like that, you know, for sure in the next like 10 years.
Like I said, the music business, they want to cut out, if they can cut out having to pay an artist and having to deal with contracts and all that stuff, and all I got to do is pay this producer to do this, cool. Now, what they're going to run into is this. One thing AI can't replace is the soul of the music.
Can it?
No.
Honestly, I'm asking because I've heard some music where people are like, man, this shit hit, boy. This shit hit. Because how would you know? How would you know unless they told you?
True.
How would you know?
But at the same, I don't know, because like for example, I heard an AI track with Snoop with Tupac and DMX,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounded good. I thought it sounded close to Tupac and DMX. It did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I sent it to my boy who's a big Tupac fan. He was
Mm-hmm.
like, it sound close, but it don't have that Pac feel to me.
Yeah, well,
You know
I
what I'm
think, I
saying?
think, I think, I think, in a sense like that, if you're trying to recreate music from dying legends like a Tupac, Whitney Houston, Selena, yes, I don't think it'll have the same feel. But I'm talking about like new AI artists. I think I don't think it'll be a problem. Honestly, I really don't. I don't think you'll be able to tell the soul because it's a new artist. You know what I
I
mean?
think the AI artists can make a song about like some of the simple stuff that
Mm-hmm.
these artists make, but like a thought provoking song, like I've played around with an AI thing and just said make a song talking about this, and it was kind of generic. It was like,
Yeah,
it was cool.
but then that's when you'll get writers. You'll get the writers to kind of like fix it up and shit to give it a little bit more feel.
Well,
And
see,
it's
there you
like
go.
boom,
Well,
now
then
boom.
you'll see, there you go. That's
Yeah.
where the soul comes from because it's
Okay.
really an
Okay.
actual, it's really an actual person. I'm talking about they want to get to a point where the AI, because you can make an AI write a song down.
Yeah.
So
But
I think they want to get to a point where they don't want no artists involved. They don't want no writers. They don't want nobody rapping it for them. Just let's trying to figure out the way the AI can write and rap this shit.
no, yeah, totally. I totally agree. But it's not like whatever application or whatever system that they're using to create these lyrics, it's not like they can't upgrade it, or you know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be like it's like a one and be all. This is gonna get updated more than the iPhone your iPhone will, you know what I mean? So in a sense, like yeah, the beginning earlier versions and beta versions of these programs, yeah, you may not feel the soul, but as they get more information and more knowledge programmed into the system, as far as like, yeah, all right, yeah, we'll have this writer instead of writing it, they're typing it into the system like, yo, we want you instead of doing this, yo, do it like this. You know what I mean? Give it this feel. You know what I mean? Then it's just like, all right, that AI shit gonna learn that shit. Then the next time, it might enhance whatever the original writer did into some real crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think in the beginning, earlier stages, I think you're correct. But I think as it gets more implemented, as these record labels start understanding it more and stuff like that, I think that's when you'll start seeing where it's just like, all right, how can I tell? You know what I mean? This shit's giving me the shit I want to feel. If I want to feel happy and I want to dance in my motherfucking car, give me that shit. And I'm yelling at the top of my lungs, fuck it. That's a vibe. You know what I mean? If this making me feel the type of way because this make me remember this chick or remember my grandmother from back, all right, cool. That's the vibe. You know what I mean? So I think, yeah, right now, yeah, you're gonna get those where it don't have a little feel, but 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, who knows? You know?
I hear you. Oh man. Well, all right, man. Let's talk about Stephon Diggs, man.
What Stephon Diggs do?
Stephen A. Smith on First Take today
Okay.
said this Stephon Diggs emphatically wants to be traded. He wants out of Buffalo. He is sick of the regime over there. He
Oh,
doesn't
word?
like
I didn't know
he,
this.
he thinks the window is closed and he wants out.
Word.
Now, we've heard rumblings before, this offseason between Stephon Diggs and Buffalo Bills, even that period, the OT, it was a mandatory, mini camps where
Mm-hmm.
the day he didn't show up, and then, Sean McDermott was acting like he didn't know, and it was just a whole mess.
Mm-hmm.
Even from the playoff game against the Bengals, Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, he putting his hands up like, what's going on? Josh Allen ignoring him. It's just been a mess between. I feel like Buffalo has had a lot of negative energy in this offseason. It has not been positive, especially when it comes to Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think this, where there's smoke, it's fire. I do think Stephon Diggs probably did tell Stephen A. Smith, or, whatever source, he said sources. So whatever sources that Stephen A. Smith talked to, probably somebody inside the organization or somebody he's close to Stephon Diggs, probably said, man, I want out. So, what are your thoughts on this not new, but this developing news?
Oh well, I'm shocked at that. I didn't get a chance to watch First Take this morning, so I did not hear this. Damn, that's crazy, yo. If this is true, obviously that changes the whole dynamics of how that AFC gonna look as far as like in the East. You know what I mean? I think that makes it because at first when I talked about the Jets, I was like, I think they're gonna be a little overrated. But as I look through their schedule really ain't that bad. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they got a couple tough teams, but it's nothing like what the Eagles. I thought it looked more like the Eagles' schedule. But when I really looked, I was like, okay,
the Eagles
schedule is crazy. But But I think I got more into just like how many primetime games there are. And then primetime games, I think they're tough. You know, I think they got a primetime game with the Chiefs. They got a primetime game with the fucking like Cowboys or whatever shit like that. They got the Bills Monday night. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I feel like their schedule is tough. But in reality, they could low-key be like a 12-13 win type of team. You know what I mean? And they're deep. They're deep. They just got Dalvin Cook. So, damn. Like, if Stephon Diggs leaves, bro, I think it'll hurt them. I don't think they'll be the worst in the division.
No, they won't be the worst, but they're not going to be what they were.
No, they're not.
Now they're going to be fighting for a wild card. Now, if they lose Stephon
Diggs, I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
I mean, I
don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think I'll have the Dolphins and the Jets making the playoffs. It could, and depending on injuries, bro, they could be the worst in the division. Because, look, I'm not a big Patriots fan. I hate the fucking organization. I'm a Raider fan. I hate them. But overall, like, their defense is solid. They got pieces on the offensive side. I don't think Jones is a bad quarterback. I don't think he's like generational and shit, but I think he can win some games, prove he can win some games and shit. I love Ramondre Stevenson. You know, they just got Zeke. I think Zeke is a really good goal line, run, pass blocking, running back and stuff like that. So I think he will help. Damn. So let me ask you, where if Stephon Diggs were to get traded, where would you see him? What would be your top 3 teams you can see him go to?
The New York Giants.
Okay.
The Dallas Cowboys to play with his brother. And after that, it had to be somebody who's a playoff team who feels like they need one more piece.
Could you see him still get traded in the AFC?
If they do, it'd be somebody they ain't playing this year.
I think with football, I think they would do it in a sense if they can get the first round pick. I think if the Bills can get a first round pick, because look. I'll say this. Look, I'm just gonna throw out some bullshit here. Let's say they do trade Stephon Diggs. You still got Josh Allen. Josh Allen ain't going anywhere anytime soon. I know you had hopes this year, but if Stephon Diggs leaves, you're not winning the Super Bowl. You might not make the playoffs. Why not try to? I'm not saying they'll do it, but why not try to take and get Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Because Sean McDermott can't afford that, and I don't think he don't want to give. I personally, honestly, I think this is his last run. If he don't do nothing this year. And then Buffalo has been itching to get to another Super Bowl.
I'm talking about you as an organization. Fuck the coach. You own the Buffalo Bills. Okay. Why would you not try to trade Stephon Diggs for a first round?
Because I think these owners think they're that close. They think they're right there.
But if you got to trade Stephon Diggs, you're not close no more. Your defense, look, your defense is okay. It's not great. You know, you don't know how Von Miller is going to respond off that knee. I think he'll be fine because I don't think ACLs are that big of a deal anymore. I just think the way medicine is, I think people respond better off of ACLs. So I don't think he'll be that bad. Your linebacker core got hurt as far as like losing Edmonds. So you don't have Edmonds no more. So it's a weaker part. Your cornerbacks are already like, your safeties are amazing. I think you got 2 of the best safeties in the league at this point. I think your defensive line is good. I think if you have Von Miller though. Yeah. So I'm like, look, if I got to trade Stephon Diggs, all I got is Gabe Davis and James Cook, pretty much, and Dalton Kincaid in a sense. But we don't know. Usually rookie tight end and Knox. Usually rookie tight ends don't really do good the first years. It usually takes them like a couple years for them to actually establish being like, productive, people. So if I'm owning, I'm like, all right, look, I'll be like, look, it's not your fault as a coach, whatever Stephon Diggs feels. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, look, I'm not gonna fire you. I'm not gonna fire you. Unless if I can find a better coach. Name me a coach I can find better than Sean McDermott at the time.
Let me throw out a trade for you. You're probably not gonna like. You might not like it because it involves your team.
My team. Okay, for sure. Go for it.
What if the Buffalo Bills call the Raiders and be like, "Look, we'll give you Stephon Diggs and a pick for Devontae Adams."
For Devontae Adams.
You still getting a quality wide receiver, still a top 10
and a pick.
And you could argue he's a top 5.
I ain't gonna lie. I love Devontae Adams, but I would do it. I think Stephon Diggs is a younger player.
He's cheaper too.
He's cheaper
for the Raiders.
And we get and depending on the pick. It depends on the pick. If you get
like a third, let's say they say we'll offer you a third and Stephon Diggs.
What about a 2? Give me a 2 and I'll say yes.
Okay, let's say they say 2. They say fine.
Or throw me a defensive player.
Or maybe they throw you like a corner. Maybe they give you one of their up and coming corners or whatever.
Okay.
And they throw that in there.
Honestly, I don't think it's a bad deal. I think Devontae Adams is the better receiver.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I think in the sense of and then it's like, all right, you already heard rumblings of Devontae Adams like low-key kind of not happy. He seems cool now.
Yeah.
And depending on how it would go, like you're getting a great quarterback. If you're Devontae Adams, okay, yeah, you may not want to be in Buffalo. You may be away from your family, but you get Josh Allen though. You know what I mean? So, and then we get Stephon Diggs. I don't think that's a bad trade, honestly. Like I don't think it's that crazy. I wouldn't honestly trip about it if you're asking me as like a Raider fan. No, I wouldn't really trip about it because we are getting a receiver that still keeps us in contention to whatever. Because I don't know if we're going to talk about it, but as far as like how our teams look this past week in the preseason, I think my Raider team looks good. I'm loving what I'm seeing from my Raiders, bro. I'm loving it. So if we get Stephon Diggs, I think Stephon Diggs could fit right in now. And you still got Jacoby Myers and stuff like that. So yeah, honestly, I think that's a really good trade. I really would not be mad about it, honestly, at all. I said it's a younger receiver. He'll be cheaper. We'll have him for more years. I think he fits more of kind of like the timeline because I think Devontae Adams is how old is Devontae again? Was he like 33,
34
33 or something, 33, 34, something like that. So he is getting up there in age. So that kind of helps us like, all right, we got a younger
Stephon Diggs, what, 27, 28?
27. How many years left does he have on his contract?
I don't think like 2-3 more deals.
2-3 years. So it's like we still got him for another year. I think we would negotiate with him because right receiver is the top need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could always in the offseason like rip that shit up and
yeah, for sure. So
negotiate a contract for him.
So honestly, bro, to be honest with you, I think that's a great trade. That's something I would not be mad about, honestly.
But honestly, I think if they do trade him, I think he would get traded to the NFC. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets traded to the Giants.
So I'll give you my things. Like I do believe that. See, like Dallas is so weird, bro. Because it's like Jerry Jones has had opportunities to get fucking players and they didn't want to. I think Trayvon Diggs will fucking push the fuck out of that shit. Mm-hmm. I think Michael Parsons will push the fuck out.
I don't think he goes to Dallas because the cupboard is already full over there.
I think so too. Unless if it's like who you gonna trade? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think they're gonna give up any fucking first round picks for fucking Stephon Diggs. Unless if you want to get real ignorant, like if you put CeeDee Lamb and Stephon Diggs on each side, bro, that's fucking nuts. That's nasty.
But you would have to. Well, you have to give up Gallup and maybe somebody else.
I would give up Cooks.
But see, they just traded for Cooks. Like it's like kind of like
fuck it for Stephon Diggs. Cooks can go.
Yeah,
Cooks, but I would rather have Cooks over Gallup.
But I'm thinking of business mindset. Cooks is cheap.
What if they ask for what's his name? Najee Smith.
Nah, they're not giving him Najee.
You don't think they'll do it? Because if I was the Bills, I'd be like, look, give me Najee Smith. Give me Najee. Give me one of your defensive linemen. Give me your defensive lineman.
They not
or well, obviously I could have seen it if Zach Martin was still having issues, and they would be like, look, we'll trade Stephon for Zach, and maybe Dallas can give us a pick or some shit. You know what I mean?
Like I said, the more likely spot I see the Giants. I can see the Giants going to get Stephon Diggs, pairing with
you know who else I could see? I could see fucking like the Packers. I could see the Packers doing some shit like that.
Yeah, but the Packers.
If Jordan Love shows that he can play this year, let's say they're
He's been
let's say
looking good in preseason.
no, that's what I'm saying. Let's say hypothetically, like, Stephon Diggs is still with the Bills, but it's not going the way they wanted. He's getting more disgruntled. Jordan Love is progressing. He's looking really good. They had we all assume that the Detroit Lions are going to win that division just based off the talent that they have and the kind of season that they had last year. But it is still the fucking Lions, dog. It's still the Lions, though. So I'm like, look, let's say they have the chance to make the playoffs, and they're just missing that piece because Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs they've been kind of up and down. You know what I mean? You put Stephon Diggs with that defense, come on, man, I would do it.
Yeah, but I think first of all, the Packers are cheap, so they're not getting.
They are cheap, but
and two, they like the young receivers. I think.
What about? I also had another hypothetical. It is an AFC team. What about the Chargers? Would you trade Keenan Allen and something else for Stephon Diggs?
Yeah,
I would do that in a fucking heartbeat if I was the fucking Chargers. If it was fucking possible.
Get you and your hamstrings up out of here, boy.
I would do that. I would do that there. I would also. I agree with the Giants. I think Giants need desperate wide receiver help. I think Daniel Jones can use it. Daniel Jones didn't look that bad in his preseason debut. Who else? I don't want to stick on the topic way too long, but this is a good one. Man. What are the outrageous trades you think could possibly happen with him? Something like wow, like you'd be like, damn, I didn't see that shit coming.
Like didn't see it coming?
Didn't see it coming.
Stephon, no, that's in division. Never mind.
I don't think it's out of the possibility that an AFC team could get him. I just don't think so. If you get the right, I think with NFL, if you can get the right thing that you want, the only thing you want to do is like a quarterback. Like I want to trade a quarterback within my fucking conference, but a receiver, I'll be like, all right, you can go.
I don't know. I can't. That's a difficult one right there. Like Cleveland, it would have to be Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Yeah, it would have to be like Cleveland. Give you Amari Cooper. For Stephon Diggs or something like that.
If all right, let's say you own this team. You're the owner of this team, and I come to you with this. And Lamar comes to you, is like, I want Stephon.
Who you gonna trade?
I want Stephon.
Who you gonna trade?
I want Stephon. Figure it out.
Who you gonna trade?
I'm asking you.
If I'm the GM of the Ravens, I'm like, Negro, we bought you, we got you. Odell, Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews is still here.
I'm your franchise, and I would like.
And you better produce with these receivers up in here, Negro. We just paid you. Shut up.
I am your franchise quarterback.
You ain't going nowhere.
This is Lamar Jackson speaking. I am your franchise quarterback.
Yeah,
I want Stephon.
And we made you the franchise by paying you. And you got Odell. You got Odell. No, they're not trading. That's why I didn't say the Ravens. I see the Browns before the Ravens.
Who would you trade on the Browns?
That's what I say. You trade like Amari Cooper or something. Because at least Amari Cooper would shut up, put his head down, and just catch the football from Josh Allen.
Yeah, he would. He would.
Because he'll be cool. You ain't got to worry about nothing.
Because if you're the Bills, what would you ask for? Would you want a pick or would you want a player that can help you now?
You probably want. I mean, knowing Buffalo, they probably want a player. And that's what I said. Stephon Diggs for Amari Cooper, maybe one more, add a pick, a conditional 5th round pick or something like that. But that's realistic.
Honestly, when I think about it, I hate to say this shit, but your trade probably makes the most sense in the sense of if Devontae Adams gets more disgruntled. Let's say the Raiders don't start off that great type shit, and he wants to get out. Number one, no one's helping the Jets. Miss me, Mike Greenberg been annoying as fuck. I like Mike Greenberg, but he been annoying as fuck with his goddamn Jets. He be like, trade me Bakhtiari and all that. I'm like, bro, no one's helping you and your fucking ass Aaron Rodgers. No one's helping your fucking team, bro, unless if it benefits them. It doesn't benefit the Packers for them to trade Bakhtiari, bro. So, like, Devontae Adams going to the Jets would be a fucking no. Unless if they just gave us fucking the farm for this motherfucker, like 2 first-round picks type of shit. You know what I mean? Which I don't see that happening. But if shit lines right, I could see some shit like that. I really could.
The 2 teams I see realistically would be the Giants,
Cowboys,
and Cowboys. Maybe but even the Cowboys don't make sense. The only thing that lines up is that Trayvon Diggs want to play with his brother.
If you were the Niners, would you do it? If they were like, yo, we want like Brandon Ayuk or some shit.
Oh man, they already got a win. Remember the name Ronnie Bell. Remember that name.
Ronnie Bell?
Wide receiver for Michigan. That boy is a Debo Samuel's clone.
So you think they'll trade? You think they'll get rid of Debo?
Next year, dude. If this Ronnie Bell kid can continue to do what he's been doing in the preseason.
Where would Debo go?
Yeah.
Or would Debo go?
I don't know. They're going to trade him to the highest bid in the AFC and the highest bidder. The problem with Debo is he gets hurt a lot.
True.
And in his position, like, yeah, he's a good wide receiver, but they use him in so many different ways. Now, that's a benefit.
You know who I could see him going to? The Broncos. I could see him playing. That. I could see him doing, because you know how fucking Sean Payton loved Taysom Hill. I could see him doing that kind of role.
I can see him with the Broncos. He's a perfect Pittsburgh Steeler to me.
Pittsburgh Steeler? I could see that shit too.
Because he's a Hines Ward clone. That tough, hard nose.
I think he's better than Heisenwiller though, as far as talent wise. So
talent wise, but I'm just saying that tough, hard nose. I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna I'm gonna do all that dirty stuff. That's what Debo reminds. Like he does.
He look like somebody that would love to be coached by fucking Mike Tomlinson. Yeah, you know what I mean? I can see anybody would honestly love to.
Him and George Pickens together with Deontay Johnson in the slot. Yeah,
that'd be nasty. That'd be nasty. Just get rid of that fucking running back and be all right.
You know what? I'm glad you said that. Let's segue.
Oh, shit.
Let's segue. Hold on.
Do what you gotta do.
Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Now, you and me been having this debate all season.
Yeah.
Is Najee Harris a good running back? I'm in the warehouse that he is a good running. Is he a superstar running back? No. But is he a good running back? Yes. He just has a bad offensive line. You don't get 1,200 yards and be bad. You don't.
Okay.
Your offensive line is not that good. And then taking account that when he came in, he had Kenny Pickett, he had the corpse of Big Ben. So people were stacking 8 in the box.
Don't mean shit to me.
Hell, probably stacking 10.
Don't mean shit to me.
How that don't mean nothing? That's contact.
Look, Najee Harris, look, I'm not saying he's a terrible running back. I just think he's overhyped for the hype that he gets sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, he had 1,200 yards. Good. He had 1,200 yards. He had 300. He had 307 carries that averaged to 3.9 yards. When you hear a running back average less than 4, what do they normally say about those running backs?
What?
They're declining, right?
Oh.
They're not good, right?
Yeah, when they're old, but when they're young,
he's doing it when he's fucking young. He's giving me 7 TDs.
He's giving me 7 TDs.
Okay. In 2022, he had 272 carries, 1,000 yards, 1,034 yards, 3.8 average, 7 TDs, 2 fumbles. So number one, he already declined from the year before that. Correct? Hold on. Hold on. Why? Give me.
Because they have Mitchell Trubisky as his damn quarterback.
Doesn't matter. You're getting all the fucking reps, dog. Miss me with that shit. Look at Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry don't have a fucking quarterback. He's still giving me fucking 4+
Tannehill is better than what they got over there.
Stop. So he averaged.
That was the number one seed a couple seasons ago.
In 2022, he was 15th in yards, 5th in attempts, 20th in TDs, rushing attempts 20+ yards. Guess how many he had?
What?
20+ yards. Just take a guess.
How many?
Take a guess. I want you to
probably take 0 because he can't get nowhere because that offensive line.
He had 1.
Because the offensive line.
He had 1. How many? You know who he tied with? You know who he tied with 20+ yard runs?
Who?
Derek Carr and Sam Darnold.
Dude.
Okay.
He has no offensive line. His quarterback was terrible.
I repeat, Najee Harris is overrated.
His quarterback is terrible.
He's overrated, dog.
If Najee Harris was on the Chiefs, he'd have light boxes. He'd average 4.5 yards a carry.
All right, let's Let's see it. Let's see. I've seen running backs with terrible O lines that did better than this. I'm sorry, I have. The 1,200 yards is great. Cool. He had the one. He dropped off.
Yeah, because
he's giving me 3.8. He ain't giving me no tuds. He ain't catching out the backfield. What is he giving me?
Because they don't throw it to him.
Why? Because he can't catch the goddamn ball.
Yes, he can. Oh, man. Come on, man. They're already talking about this offensive coordinator.
He's bottom 10 for eligible running backs for yards per attempt. He's bottom 10.
It's not all his fault, man. And I'm going to stand by that. His offensive line
rushing yards.
He has a bad quarterback.
Look, I even went next gen stats on your ass. Rushing yards over expected. He's bottom 2. He's negative 116.
Now do next gen stats on their run. Now do next gen stats on their offensive line.
Leonard Fournette.
Look at his offensive line.
Bro, come
next
on.
Next gen stats on that offensive line run block.
We'll see.
And I bet you it's at the bottom.
Right. Give me your stats for Najee Harris for this year. And we're going to hold you to it. I'm going to write it down.
I think he gets back to 1,200 yards.
Give me some stats. 2023.
20.
How many? All right, I'm going to go by this. How many carries do you think he'll have this year?
About over 200 and some carries.
So first year he had 307. Second year he had 272. Give me a number.
It's about 280.
So 280. So 280 carries. How many yards?
1,200.
1,200 yards. How many TDs?
I'm going to go 10.
10 TDs. Okay. We shall see. I'm going to hold you to this.
Just saying, man.
Chris's prediction.
Kenny Pickett is going to play better. They're going to have to respect the pass this season.
Okay.
And he's going to have light boxes.
Okay, bet. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. I said, Najee Harris is not bad. I don't think he's terrible. He made the league. Congratulations. I think he's overrated. People have him as like a top 10 running back. He's not a top 10 running back. He's not. Miss me with that shit.
Okay. Speaking of which, speaking of overrated, you think they're overrated. The New York Jets. Now, Dan Orlovsky, back on First Take, said that because of their offseason, that the New York Jets are going to be the most hunted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I disagree with that.
Why? Because you're a Chiefs fan?
I'm sorry.
You're a Chiefs fan?
I'm sorry, sir.
Last
time I checked, the most hunted is the person who wins the Super Bowl. Am I missing something? What do they want? They ain't won shit in years. Why are they hunting them? Get to the playoffs first.
Because you know why? Because that's all anybody ever fucking talks about. On ESPN, who's the number one sports worldwide news outlet in the fucking world.
Because they're in New York.
Thank you. So that makes it even more. Dan Orlovsky is correct. It is the fucking Jets that are going to be the most hunted because motherfuckers is tired about hearing about the goddamn Jets. I even saw you. Oh, we're going to put 30 up on them. Like, bro, you even tired of the shit. What do
you goddamn right we putting 30 on that ass.
You better. I bookmark that shit too because if you don't, I'm talking shit. 30. So yeah, Orlovsky. I'm sorry to cut you off, but Orlovsky is correct. Like you just in your feelings because the Chiefs ain't number one. You want Chiefs to be number one in everything. Most hated, most points.
We are the most hated.
No, y'all just annoying.
We the new Patriots, baby. Most hated.
I was just annoying. Like yo. Like honestly, it's just annoying. Like seeing like Jackson Mahomes and shit. That's fucking annoying.
What does he got to do with this? We don't give a damn about
Jackson Mahomes' voice is fucking annoying.
And
okay,
he's whooping your
ass.
Way
y'all play football, it's cool. It's nice, huh?
And he's whooping your ass with that voice.
All right, cool. Like, yeah, y'all won. Congratulations. That's the past. We talking about the present now. We'll see how this year goes. Like at the end of the day, I've put respect on your team. Like even as a Raider fan, I respected your shit. So, but at the end of the day, I still hate y'all motherfuckers.
But let me ask you a question. What you saying respect? At least you respect if I say, oh, we should be the most hunted. Is a reason behind that though, right?
But I think you're looking at it in the wrong lens, though, that Orlovsky's putting it. I think in the sense of like, yeah, you guys are going to be hunted because, yeah, y'all are Super Bowl champions. So everybody's trying to reach your pinnacle. Everybody's trying to reach what the fuck y'all got. I'm just talking about in the sense of like the Jets are the number one team that gets talked about. The Jets right now are be like, oh, man, they're Super Bowl favorites. Oh, they get this player. They got Dalvin Cook. They got Aaron Rodgers. They got Garrett Wilson. They get Breece Hall. They got this player, that player, the best cornerback in the league, one of the best defensive line in the league. Like, you know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers is annoyed at that shit. What do you think people in their division feel about that? You think the Bills aren't tired of hearing about these motherfuckers thinking like, oh, they're gonna take us? Like, you know how players are. You know how some of these you know how this bulletin board material bullshit goes, man. You know how that shit. Y'all motherfuckers don't talk enough for us. For y'all to be in a sense of the most hunted. Like, yeah, as a team, as your accomplishments, yes. But Patrick Mahomes don't talk shit. And Andy Reid don't talk shit. Like, y'all don't say nothing. The only person that be talking shit is Kadarius Toney's ass, and his ass is on the fucking sideline where his ass need to be.
They don't talk shit in press conference. They talk shit.
No, they talk shit with their gameplay. Now, when y'all start playing and y'all start doing that ring around the rosy bullshit, yeah, okay. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Because y'all dumbass cockiness and shit, that shit get fucking annoying. Yes, it do. It do. Y'all motherfuckers think y'all
stop it. You damn right. Stop it.
All right. All right, bro.
Don't let us score on the game.
That day's gonna come. Y'all
don't let us score.
Y'all think y'all gonna be invincible the whole time.
Score.
Y'all think y'all gonna be invincible the whole time. This shit don't work like that, Playboy. This is the NFL. Be people catch up to shit. Y'all got the crown now, but we'll see. We'll see. This is a new year. New year. Congratulations. Y'all won your chip last year. I give y'all applaud. I can't say shit about that. But
back to back, baby. We coming.
It's a new year, baby. It's a new year. We'll see.
To back.
We'll see. We shall see. Go ahead, put that guarantee stamp on that shit too. You put the guarantee stamp?
I'm not guaranteed. It's the NFL.
No. All that shit you talk. I see y'all motherfuckers on Twitter. I see all y'all Chiefs fans on Twitter. Y'all think y'all the best shit since sliced bread, bro.
Put the fucking goddamn. What do you see?
Oh, I gotta see this shit. I don't know why. As I said, Twitter is fucking trash because everything I see is fucking cheap shit, and I do not know why.
Shout out to
ever since I followed you,
doing that on purpose. Shout out to Elon Musk. He probably doing that on purpose.
Oh, that should be annoying, bro. I see your partner Ty on that shit, man. He be liking some of my shit. So shout out to him, man. You know what I mean? But man, I be seeing that shit on my fucking timeline all the time. This shit get annoying, dog.
Shout out Ty, man. Ty be going through it on this time.
Yeah, I be seeing y'all doing that whole Chris Jones talking shit. I low key, hey Ty, I low key agree with you, bro. I low key agree. I think Chris Jones ain't coming back.
All right,
I ain't heard nothing on that line. What's up? Right. What's up with Chris?
He's coming. He said
that 2 months
ago. He'll be signed by Friday.
You keep pushing that sand line back, bro. You be erasing that shit. Put it back.
He'll be signed by Friday.
By Friday? Okay. You heard it here. He'll
be signed by Friday.
And if he not, then he'll be signed next Friday.
No, then we'll use him up for this year and
use him up.
Yeah, because he's gonna play this season. But use him up for this year, and then he'll be a Chicago Bear next year.
Josh Jacobs coming back. Remember that?
Is he?
Yeah, they say he coming back before week 1. He said be ready.
Okay.
My boy number 8.
All right. Speaking of football. We need your Madden review. Madden 24 just dropped last, Monday? Tuesday?
Yeah, like last Monday or something, yeah.
There are a lot of mixed reviews. Some people say it's good. Some people say it's meh. What are your reviews on Madden?
So, I played quite a bit of it, man. Honestly, bro. It's the same shit, honestly, bro. They said like the blocking is gonna be better. I don't see the shit. I think outside running, like tosses and sweeps like that, I think that shit still work. But I think inside running in between the blocks, I think that shit's still trash. Still can't play zone in the motherfucker. The cornerbacks can't read shit. Motherfuckers be doing weird shit. So you can't do that. You can't play fucking. You can play man to man, but if you got a sorry ass corner on your team, they're gonna get cooked every day. Why the fucking? Because they don't play it right. There's some good and there's some bad to it. You know what I mean? I think the passing is pretty much the same. Some of the animations look a little bit better, look a little bit cleaner and stuff like that. To me, it feels like more of just like they promised this shit. It's the same shit. It's more of like just kind of like an updated roster type of feel to me. The graphics do look a little bit cleaner if you want to get excited about that shit. But overall, man, you just get tired of hearing the same motherfuckers doing play by play. They need to get some new motherfuckers on there. Hell, you know what I mean? That should get old.
They still got Charles Davis.
They still got the same motherfuckers saying the same shit every time. Now they did add some shit where it's just like anytime after a play now, the players look like they about to fight each other every goddamn play. So you got that kind of feel to it where they pushing each other back type shit. But it's like whatever. I think Anthony Richardson is a beast in Madden. You know what I mean? He's one of my favorite ones to use. I still use my Raiders from time to time. I think overall, I think it's a more, as far as like players on the team, I think it's more balanced in the sense of like, I think you'll use more teams just in the sense of like the interest in certain players. Like I think you'll use the Bears because now they got DJ Moore and all them type of stuff. I think you'll use the Colts because you want to use Anthony Richardson because now quarterbacks you can run outside now. You ain't gonna get sacked as much if you know how to time it right. I think quarterback sneaks and quarterback runs are a lot better now in this game for sure. So I just think in a sense like you'll use the Carolina Panthers because you want to use Bryce. I think Bryce is nice in the game. You're going to use obviously the bigger, better teams, you know what I mean? So I think overall it's kind of like the same spot. I just think I give it a little bit better than what it was last year, just on the base of the roster. But overall, you're still going to have trouble on defense. Your players aren't going to read zones right. Your offensive line may be hit once, maybe bad the next. And, you still get the glitches and all that shit from now on. But, they did add on the lean with it, rock with it dance stuff. You know what I mean? So
For sure. I'll wait to get it.
Yeah, I'll say wait to go on sale. I give it like 3 stars out of 5. Maybe 2.5, 3. NFL 2K, come back, please. Please, I beg you. Hopefully they don't fuck up the college football shit.
We'll see. Let's go to college.
Okay.
Let's talk about some college players to watch next year.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and let me know who are some college players we should watch?
I think it's very easily. Caleb Williams. Got to watch Caleb Williams, best quarterback in the league. Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's going to be the best receiver to come out in a long, long time. Like, yeah, obviously you've had some great receivers come out from Justin Jefferson, to Jamar Chase and all them, but I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be way better than that. I think he's going to be franchise changing. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., the linebacker. He's the son of Jeremiah Trotter Sr. He plays for Clemson. I think he's going to be the best linebacker to come out in the draft this year. Harold Perkins from LSU, linebacker. I think he's gonna be crazy. And Jared Verse, edge rusher for FSU. I think he's put on some nice tape too. So I think those are the players to watch out for.
Right on. Well, I'm gonna go a little different route since you named all the favorite guys.
Yeah, I did.
I'm gonna go with Michael Penix Jr. out of
LSU?
Washington.
Washington. Yeah.
They're comparing him to a Anthony Richardson type, big guy, strong arm. Blake Corum out of Michigan, running back. It's pretty nice.
I like Blake.
He got hurt last year, so he's coming back for his senior year. So look out for him. Other quarterback in Florida State's having a lot of hype in this offseason. Jordan Travis.
I think they got a big game coming off the rip, I think.
Jordan Travis. Another Florida State defensive end, top defensive end looked at, Jared Verse. Nice little defensive end coming off the edge. And ready for this? Alabama, Kool-Aid.
I knew you was going to say that. I know he's going to say him. I knew you was going to say him.
Top
Kool-Aid
coming out of Alabama. So those are my players to look out for.
I like Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid's good. I like Blake Corum. Blake Corum's gonna be good. I like the other dude they have too. I think he's gonna be nice too.
Oh, the other one.
Yeah. You also gotta look out for JJ McCarthy. I think JJ McCarthy have a really good year. I think they have the legitimate chance of winning the whole thing. So yeah, no, I ain't mad at that list.
Other receiver from Ohio State, Mika. I ain't gonna try to
Agube.
Yeah. He's gonna be Bo next. Jaden Daniels from LSU. Watch out for him too. So There's quite a few guys coming out next year. You know, watch
I
out for
think
that.
I think that draft ain't gonna be too bad next year. I think it's gonna be really good.
Give me a team to watch out. Just a team. You ain't gotta give me a list. Just give me a team to look out for.
Team, I'm gonna go with Texas. I think if Texas plays their cards right, I think I could see them making the playoffs. I think they got a good. I think they got a good squad. The QBs with Quinn Ayers. You have Archie Manning in the back. So, and I've heard he's been doing really good. You know, during camp or during their spring camp, spring training and stuff like that. You know, they got Xavier Worthy. He's a really good receiver. You also got Jatavian Sanders. He's one of the better tight ends in the college right now. So I think Texas. Could surprise some people for sure.
I'm gonna go with LSU.
LSU, okay.
You know, this is what the year Kelly's regime. LSU. He almost took them to the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Had they not fumbled the bag again, I forgot who they lost to. Who they lose to? They lose to like Clemson or something like that. I forgot who they lost to.
Who, Florida State?
No, LSU.
What during the
because had that, I think they had lost to that in the championship game. That's what they did.
They lost to Georgia. I think they got blown out.
But yeah, they fumbled the bag, and they could have made the playoffs then. But I think they bounced back. They returned a lot of stars back. Like I said, Jaden Daniels, who's been looked at, he was at Arizona State with Herm, and transferred over to LSU. It's going to be his second year in the offense with Brian Kelly. Returning some stars back. I think they're going to be all right.
I think they're going to be good too. I think they have a really good shot at making playoffs for sure.
So, yeah. I'm digging LSU this year because I don't know what I'm going to get from Georgia and their quarterback. They named the Beck kid, excuse me, as the starter now. I don't know what he's going to look like.
Alabama too going through the same thing too.
Yeah, they got a new quarterback. I don't know. They still, they're going to be right there because they're going to get coached up. Defenses are still going to be good. Like same thing with Ohio State. Defense is still going to be good, but still got to see the quarterbacks.
Yeah, for sure. Should be a great year, man. I'm excited, man. I think it starts up this week. I think USC plays this week. It's Saturday, so can't wait.
Me too. Especially for betting purposes. Yeah. All right, man. We went to the AFC conference last week. Let's do NFC conference, man.
Okay. I'll let you go first.
All right. Let's start with the NFC West. Well, I got San Francisco. I got Seattle winning the division this year.
You got Seattle winning the division. Why? Why do you got Seattle winning the division?
Because, man, I just think that sometimes your luck just runs out, man. And I gotta see Brock Purdy do it 2 years in a row, man. I gotta see him doing when defenses know your tendencies now. Let me see what you can do now. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you pressure the game, they ain't got tape on you, man. They can't game plan against. They can only do so much.
Right.
Now they got tape. Defensive coordinators have studied you, especially within your division. Let's see what you can do, young man. Let's see what you can do. So I'm going with Seattle. I'm trusting Pete Carroll to win the division, baby. I still think San Francisco make the wild card. Don't trip.
Okay.
But I got Seattle winning the division this year. I think the other two teams are. I think Rams are going to fall by the wayside. They're going to have a wholesale. They're going to trade everybody. Cooper Kupp's going to be gone. Probably Aaron Donald will probably get traded somewhere. And yeah.
Okay.
They'll have a full-on real rebuild.
Okay.
So, and then what's the other team in that division? Oh, Cardinals are done. They're in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. Yeah, Caleb Williams sweepstakes. What's next? NFC East. I still got the Eagles winning that division. It's their division to lose, even though their schedule is a gauntlet. And I looked at their schedule and I'm like, they did not do them boys no favor because they're not just NFC teams. They got a lot of AFC teams on there that they got to face. You would think they was in the AFC conference. How many top tier AFC teams they got to face this year? But I think they got the guys to do it. So I think they win their division. I think Dallas makes the wild card. I do think Dallas makes the wild card.
Okay.
I got the Giants making the wild card too, man.
You got the Giants making it too.
I think the Commanders just miss it by a smidge. Just miss
My Smith.
it. Those are the two that don't be fighting, Giants and Commanders. But I just think they miss it by a smidge.
Okay.
Uh, then NFC North. I'm not going for everybody's darling this year. Everybody's picking the Lions. I'm picking Green Bay, man.
Picking Green Bay. Okay.
Picking Green Bay, man.
Okay.
I think Jordan Love is about to show y'all what it is over here.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's preseason, but I like what I saw in preseason.
Mhm.
Jordan Love, man. I think he has a chemistry with these receivers. I think that defense is going to be vast improved from what they were showing there at the end of the season. So I think they're going to be, a lot of those players that are second year, third year players, they're going to come back, look better, and their defense is going to be better. It's still got that running game.
Yeah.
I think the Packers is going to win that division.
Okay.
I think the rest of the team, nobody else is going to go to the playoffs in that division. I just think the Packers are going to win. And then the terrible NFC South, I think it's the Saints to lose. I think the Saints win that division.
Saints.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Well, I am going to go Niners. I think Niners. I just think they're just too deep, too talented. I think they know how to draft. Yeah, Brock Purdy. Yeah, I definitely want to see it a second year for sure. And I know their schedule is a little tough for sure. But I just think overall, man, I think they're just too talented in a lot of spots, a lot of great spots. I think their defensive line is crazy. I think their linebacker core is the best. The only thing that is a little suspect is their cornerback play. I know they lost a couple players, but I think overall, and then their offense is legit. I think Brandon Ayuk is going to have a great year. I think Debo's going to have a bounce back year. You still got Christian McCaffrey. You still got Jeff Wilson. You still got all those guys. So George Kittle. So overall, man, I just think they're too deep. In the NFC East, I got the Eagles. Again, I just think they're too deep in a lot of spots. I think they're 2-3 man deep in a lot of positions. Obviously, minus quarterback and all that, but running back, like I'm even hearing like DeAndre Swift might be out. I heard their other running backs are doing way better than DeAndre Swift is. So who knows how that's gonna go? But
Trey Sermon looking good over there with the Eagles.
Looking good. So they're deep at running back. They're obviously deep at receiver. Their offensive line is probably the best in the whole entire league. Especially with getting Kelsey back, their center. Their defensive line is fucking crazy. They got all them Georgia boys all over that defense, man. I think they're 2-3 deep in all those spots as well. So yeah, their schedule is tough, but they got the boys to be able to get through that. Obviously NFC South, I think the Saints. I did finally get to see the replay of Derek Carr playing. I think obviously Alvin Kamara is going to be suspended only for 3 games, but I think they're going to be great. I think they're going to be fine. Derek Carr has a defense, so I'm rooting for Derek Carr. So I think I see them winning. As far as like the wild card teams, I have the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are a very talented team. I think Geno's going to have pretty much the same kind of year that he had last year. So that'll be it. Cowboys. I think Cowboys are going to have kind of like the same year that they had last year. They'll be a wild card team for sure too. And then my surprise is I got the Packers making it. I don't got the Giants. I came close with the Commanders. I still got to see a little bit more Sam Howell, but I do like that team a lot. I like the direction that they're going to go. I know Daniel Jones did look really good in the playoffs, but I think them not having a receiver is going to really hurt them. And then all it takes is one injury to Saquon or to a Darren Waller to pretty much tear that team apart. And then that defense is still a little suspect. So, so I got the Packers. I think Jordan Love is going to have a pretty decent year. I think that defense is going to help a lot. Realize they still have a really great running game with Aaron Jones and all them. So, the offensive line is still decent. So, I think those are my teams for sure. And then as far as like making it to the NFC Championship game, I could see I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go Niners Seahawks. NFC Championship.
What?
Go Niners, Seahawks, NFC
Hold
Championship.
on now. You looked at me like I was crazy when I picked the Seahawks to win the division. You got
I was just doing that. I was just doing that for talk, dog. I was just doing that for talk.
You got to go to the NFC Championship. I ain't going that far.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a surprise. I got a surprise.
I'm not mad
Niners,
at that. I'm not
Niners,
mad at
Seahawks, NFC Championship game, and then I got the Niners winning it going into the Super Bowl.
that. I got the Eagles. And I don't know how this is going to happen, but somehow I just think it's going to happen.
Cowboys.
I got the Eagles, Cowboys making. And I hate to, don't kill me, Eagles fans.
You got the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl.
I got the Cowboys and Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Cowboys, Chiefs. Damn, I had the Ravens, Niners, so I got the Super Bowl, New Orleans blackout game. I got that one rematch. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I really believe we're going to get a divisional NFC championship game. I really do. I really believe we're going to get an NFC divisional rival championship game, whether it's the Niners, Seahawks, and I could also see Eagles, Cowboys. So, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. So, those are our picks, people. So, don't kill us.
Nah.
It's fluid. Like Stephen A.
Yeah.
It's fluid.
Yeah. From all the shit talking I did with the Packers, man, I got y'all making at least a playoffs. So.
Yeah, for real.
I came a full 360 on y'all motherfuckers for sure.
Yeah, for real. All right, Ma. It's another one in the books, player.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and land this thing. The Cris Lamar podcast is available on all streaming platforms, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Breaker, iHeartRadio, whatever you listen to your podcast on. Cris Lamar podcast is on there.
Yeah.
And also, if you're on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. So when Wednesday at 9 o'clock, or if you're on the East Coast, 12 o'clock, when they drop, you'll get that notification. You know
Comment too. Comment that too.
Yeah, man. Share it to all your friends too.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever social media platform you use, you can follow us at Cris Lamar, whether it be Twitter or X, whatever you call it. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and TikTok. You follow us on all of those social media platforms. We'll follow you back. Hit us up. Give us feedback. Give us critiques. Just don't, be in there talking trash to us. You know what I'm saying? Talk to us like grown people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If there's some stuff y'all want us to bring up on the show, ask us a question, whatever. Hit us up, man. We want to hear from y'all, man. We really do.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, get these subscribers up, man. Share it with your friends, man, your people, your family, whatever. You like sports and entertainment talk, like music, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Hit us up, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hit us up. Show the love, man. Show the love.
Yeah. All right, Ma. Until next time, player. I'll see you, brother.
Peace.